Well, hello, my G's. Hope you're doing wonderful. I've got this book that I'm reading. It's called The Secret Agent by Joseph Conrad. It's a classic English literature, Collins classic. He was born in Poland, I think, Joseph Conrad. So he's not actually English, but he moved to England and became one of the best English writers, and it's very good. That is completely irrelevant to this video. So I'm going to talk about Quintal harmony today and some absolutely beautiful luscious universe, space, open, wonderful, airy, eternal pads. So we're going to use a little bit of information from Cortana today to learn a little bit about something new, something about music theory. Because I don't really have a background in music theory, but I like to learn little things, and I've picked something else up that I thought I wanted to share because I made this pad chord and I wanted to talk about a little bit of theory behind it. But yeah, I've called it the Miss Universe pad because here in the Philippines, apparently it's the three B's, right? You have boxing, basketball, and beauty pageants. Miss Universe has been a Filipino woman has won Miss Universe 4 times apparently. I think it's the third most successful country in Miss Universe, which is crazy. But anyway. Yeah, it was such a beautiful, beautiful pad that I thought I'd call it that. But yeah, Quintal harmony is basically... Do you guys want to hear it first? No, actually, you can hear it in a moment. I wanted to create a pad chord that was just, the perfect voicing for a pad. And it turned out that stacked fifths worked excellently. Stacked fifths, aka Quintal harmony. So Quintal harmony is a system of building chords using stacked fifths instead of traditional stacked thirds, tertian harmony, or stacked fourths. So normally, like, you have a major or minor chord, or whatever, that's usually like stacked thirds, I believe, like tertian harmony. But quintal harmony is where you leave out that third, or you leave out the fourth, and you just go from the 0 to the 5, like a sort of power chord. So yeah, instead of forming chords with the root third and fifth, you build them with the root fifth and another fifth on top, etc. So stacked fifths. How quintal chords are built? So if you use C for a root note, C and then G, that's the perfect fifth, the power chord. And then C, G, and then up to D, that's a stacked perfect fifth. And then you can have even more open stacked fifths, a full quintal harmony chord. Basically, long story short, is it creates a very open, ambiguous and spacey sound, which is perfect for pads, right? So when is it used? Cortana informs us that because it's spacious and open, and it lacks that third, because it goes straight to the fifth, it lacks a strong major or minor tonality. So it takes that major or minor feeling out of it, which is great, because then it's more atmospheric, as it says here. Great for atmosphere, cinematic and electronic music, common in ambient, jazz, film scores and experimental electronic music. Hans Zimmer, for example, Blade Runner, classic soundtrack, and also great for drum and bass electronic music. Works great for lush, evolving pads and drones. Example, Burial, Noisier, and there we go. So, to program it in phase plant, basically got a root note, a +7, a +14, and a +21. So that's one version of a sort of quintal harmony chord. But yeah, the whole idea is that it's going to feel weightless and cinematic, no major or minor feeling, and yeah, work great with reverb and delay. Anyway, so here is what it sounds like. I've created one using quintal harmony, and it is probably my favourite pad so far. And I have done a lot of processing to it as well, but let's have a listen to it first, just as it is, and then we'll break down the phase plant patch. All the way it glides up there. Did you notice that the brightness level on it changed each time the LFO repeated? Because I put a randomizer in that. But yeah, I love this one. This is the second YouTube video I'm recording today, but I wasn't planning to do a second one, but then I was so obsessed with the sound of this pad that I was just like, I've got to get this one recorded as well. So yeah, very exciting stuff. Anyway, so how do we start? We start with our chord, right? So I'm using saw waves for everything. All right. So it's going to be a bit harsh, but actually this is a new thing I also did for this pad to make the sound design of it even more interesting. So basically, let me turn the unisons off, because this is really what I was about to say. So get the chord in first, right? A 0 for the root note. I'm actually playing this at D, not C, but doesn't matter. The voicing's the same, obviously. So the root note 0. Then we're getting that. Yeah, the +7. Is it the +7? Is it indeed the +7? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Oh yeah, sorry. I always get confused about this. This is where I'm literally. This is where I struggle with music theory. So the perfect fifth, aka the stacked fifths, it's not necessarily 5 semitones. It's actually 7 semitones, and I always mess that up. All right. So, but it is the perfect fifth up, which is 7 semitones. God, music theory is just too hard, isn't it? Thank God for AI. Anyway, yeah. So that is +7, but it's the perfect fifth, right? I detune them all very, very slightly, because it makes them a bit more natural. So, but yeah, we've got 0, 7, then we've got the 14. So we've already got that nice quintal harmony going on, because we have, we're missing that tertiary note. We're missing the third, you know. And then I've got the 21 as well, which really tops it off, and that already sounds sick. And obviously I'm gonna low pass all of this with a filter. But before we even do that, let's hear what I did next. So the goal with the pad is to make it sort of as spacey and airy as possible. And so I actually unisoned all of the oscillators, and I turned the spread up, so the widening, and the blend, so it's just all the voices, all to 100% on all of the oscillators. Right, so turning that on all of them. Put the filter back on. So now it's become super spacey and airy. Yeah, great chord voicing and super stereoed, and really pushed, like, with so much depth on, like a stupid amount of depth. You'll actually see here, I left this on actually, the global unison. I've done a similar thing. I've actually really spread that out. I haven't mixed it all the way this time, but quite a lot. So we're unisoning everything again. So loads of unison, right? Anyway, the filter movement. So let's talk about that. So the cutoff. Yeah, you can see how much it sort of comes down to take out a fair bit of the mid-range and leave a lot of low end in, and it opens up almost all the way, but not quite the whole way. Just on my slow LFO here, 8/4, and a cosine shape, so nice and smooth like that. Not perfect sine wave, but it's got a bit of flavour to it. And the amount at which it opens up, and also a little bit on the resonance, I've put on a randomizer. Alright, so a nice slow randomizer, nice and smooth, keeps the cutoff in a slightly different position all the time, and adds a little bit of resonance. That's all the randomizer does on this patch. It's really simple after this. It glides up because it's on one voicing here, and the glide legato is on. Lots, like, very slow attack and long release as well for the pad. But yeah, that's basically already excellent, but now I wanted to enhance it. The first thing I wanted to do was sort out the mid-range, because there's so many saw waves, that I just wanted to take out a bunch of mids. This main area, really like taking a lot of the mids out, because there's so many voices fighting there. And it just yeah, reduces any opportunity of like boominess, like mid-rangey, low mid boominess that can sometimes come from when you do like low passed saw waves, you know, and pads. So just taking some of that boominess out. Next, flanging it. This is great. Gives it almost a sci-fi, extra sci-fi edge, like pitch movements going on inside the whole pad now. Just mixed it in. 20%. Then more unisoning. This time the ensemble. Just adds more pitch movement, so makes it even more like unpredictable. Great. We're going to space it out even more. And here I've used a setting that I don't often use on the phase section of the convolver, the disperse 1280 milliseconds. It starts really late and it almost comes in with this sort of laser sound. But I just mix it in half, just under halfway. This lovely extra reverb characteristic to the sound now. Again, I shaped the low mids a little bit because they're still quite a little bit too boomy. So yeah, a bit of controlling that boominess with the EQ. Now a lovely bit of delay, a nice, quite long one, mixed in only about 15%, but really helps to blend it over when the notes change. That's one of the main reasons, but yeah, nice little extra stereo bits as well. And finally a little high shelf boost just to bring out some of the air, a little bit more air on the sound. And that's it, that's that one done for today. I could play it with some drums if you like. Let me just copy these over, but I don't know if these are necessarily the perfect drums for this kind of tune. But yeah, just a great sounding universal pad that would work on loads of drum and bass tracks or other electronic music genres. Really, really happy with the way that sounded. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a little bit about sound design and synthesis. And yeah, thanks for watching. May I remind you, if you guys ever want any lessons with me, one-on-one production sessions where I target your weaknesses and we don't do any of the cookie cutter nonsense and we just go straight into diving into what will level you up fastest at what you exactly need at this moment in time, come and book a session via the links down below. Secondly, come and join my Discord community via Patreon. We've got a beautiful community of people, very friendly, very supportive. We'll give you group feedback on your tracks, and you can participate in our feedback live streams. Alternatively, if it's too expensive to join the Discord Fireteam tier, which is where all that action is, you can just shoot a couple of euros or dollars or pesos or Larry, whatever currency you have, on my Patreon page, and you'll get some other cool free downloads and stuff like that, and it helps me keep making videos as well. So I appreciate everyone on Patreon already. Thirdly, yeah, phase plant presets galore all over my website. You'll find vital presets, phase plant presets, and a current preset pack as well, and more to come in the future as well. There's some bundles up there as well. If you're new to the channel and you want everything, you can get every vital preset I've ever made in one download, and you get every phase plant preset I've ever made in one download, and you'll save 60 euros and 30 euros respectively on each of those. Finally, if you want mixing and mastering work done, just email me at info@artifactmusic.com. That's artifact with a 1, art1factmusic.com for pricing. You will definitely get a better sounding master if you use me than using any AI tool. At the moment, that's still true. In the future, who knows? But yeah, it will make a dramatically better impact to your final polished sound on your track. If you want to self-release, I'm happy to help you get the best sound for your release that I can. Alright, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Everyone else, love you lots. Like you, like me. Comment down below. I often get inspiration to make videos from the comments, so you never know. You might end up on a future video with your question answered or your tutorial idea come to life. So anyway, thank you for watching, my G's. More from me very soon. Ciao, ciao.